Hello, everyone. How are you doing? It's me, Elizabeth, and it is Sunday, February 2nd, 2020. So I pulled a few cards today for myself and the collective as we are all connected. And this was for Aquarius season. And as you can see, I have sort of changed up my altar table a little bit. Our rosemary here is blooming, so I went outside and picked some beautiful fresh rosemary and changed over to my purple velvet. I know, cliche, but I love it. And just sort of rearranged some of my crystal friends to just to usher in Aquarius season. February, this feels like a really special month. It's a leap year, so that's always exciting, and energetically it feels like a lot of shifts are taking place, and there's going to be a lot of movement this month. That's definitely what I've been feeling. Maybe internal movement, but also actual physical movement. I think January was a very long month. It felt really long, and it felt like a year in the entire month. Like there was so much high highs and some low lows, and that's okay. It's all part of the plan. So anyway, I used the Threads of Fate Weaver Tarot holographic deck, and the first two cards that came out were the Sovereign of Cups and the Two of Cups. So here's our beautiful queen energy, our Queen of Cups, and she is a woman who she knows what she loves, and she has full sort of emotional intelligence is the word I would use for her. Emotional intelligence. She's very in tune with her emotions, and she is really good at expressing them in a healthy way. And she knows how to love unconditionally, similar to the Empress energy. She's good at manifesting through the heart, through her heart space. And it's just a beautiful, loving, nurturing energy, speaking to being able to hold a lot of compassion for others, be gentle with others as well as with herself. It all starts with the self anyway. And her sort of internal, beautiful cup is able to be expressed outwardly. And you see this is the beautiful oyster shell or clamshell oyster, and inside is the pearl. And it can show how sometimes we do have to have a protective layer in order to protect the jewel that is inside of us, and that's the pearl. Interesting. I had seen something once where a pearl, obviously it starts off as like a tiny grain of sand, and it sort of irritates the animal that lives inside of the shell, and so it starts building the pearl around this grain of sand in order to alleviate its pain. Now, whether or not that's true, or it's just some kind of an urban myth, or if it is kind of exaggerated to tell a story, I don't really care, because I love it. I think that's such a beautiful metaphor for life and for love and for being human and having this amazing heart that we have. And what came up with the Sovereign of Cups, and this deck is so amazing, look at how holographic it is the Two of Cups, which has been making quite an appearance in my readings lately. And it does speak to relationships first and foremost, relationship with ourselves, relationship with others, but it is that too, the Two of Cups. And it really does signify where we are met with reciprocity in our relationships, and that is so crucial, especially with the cards that came up with it, that this sort of reciprocity is so crucial to where we are right now in our stage of development, and how all of the lessons, hard lessons that many of us have been through with regards to relationships, how, this sort of someone's cup matching our own is so vital, and really being able to stay in that space of just wanting sort of someone to come towards you who's leveled up in a way that you have. This emotional intelligence that I was speaking of, someone who can express emotions, someone who, knows what they're feeling and is able to express that, and so forth and so on. So the Two of Cups coming in, even to show that there could be a new relationship coming in for February, but that relationships will definitely be at the forefront of this upcoming month. Okay. So the cards that came out after, we've got the Devil and the Star. And I was actually speaking to someone about these energies just last week. And I was talking about the Devil, the Tower, which would sit right in the middle, and the Star, and how these are like three of my favorite energies in the entire deck. And most important energies in the entire deck. And what is the Devil? People get so scared when they see this, but really it is about ourselves. The Devil represents all of the things that hold you back from doing what you love, from feeling free, because it's the things that we allow ourselves to be imprisoned by, blockages. It can also manifest as whether it's addictions, codependencies, things like that. But really, the Devil is something that in the traditional tarot, the Devil is sort of holding captive the lovers. We see the male and female figure, and it's being quote unquote held captive by this Devil. But if you look closely at their chains, they're not tight. Like, they could so easily slip away and just walk away from this energy, but they choose not to, and that's the whole point. They choose to stay there. So really, we have to be honest about asking ourselves where we imprison ourselves, and then that in itself creates like this whole space in which we can work through, because it puts the responsibility back on us. And in reality, this can be various, people, anyone who's watching this, having sort of like moved away from this energy, whether it really, because it can represent a person too. Like, you'll associate this energy with a specific individual in your life or situation, whether it's a living situation, a work situation, a family relationship, whatever it is. So this can definitely indicate that there has been some mastery over this, and being able to kind of move past this energy, because the next card that came up was the Star. And so, like I said, we have the Devil, and then there would be the Tower, which is like sudden, unexpected change, something really fast that comes in where, like, the tower crashes down, the proverbial tower, and it frees us from this energy because maybe we weren't doing it ourselves. It's almost like divine intervention, that something that looks super bad, but actually it turns out to be the thing that saved us. We don't see the tower here. So perhaps this was really like more of a slower moving energy that you moved through last year, last month, what have you, of letting go and kind of like breaking those chains, whether they were, whatever those chains were, and so the Star comes in after the Tower, and that indicates healing. And you can see here how we have the Star here, and then the Star repeats here. So this definitely feels like super duper like self-love energy coming in, healing, finding our North Star again, what our hopes and dreams and wishes are, She even has like the stars in her hand. And this is a card of Aquarius. You can see there's wings here, the all-seeing eye. There's so much going on in this card. I just love this deck so much. But it really shows like our internal compass, our deepest internal compass that is guiding us, our North Star, the star within us that's guiding us to our highest destiny. And that, you know, there's probably been signs along the way, support, divine support from whatever that looks like, a loved one who's passed over. This could even be healing from an actual, you know, someone who has passed away in your life, but that there's a new sense of sight surrounding this, internal sight, insight, and that we, you know, we've been supported along the way. Now, Aquarius is an air sign, and you can see the ruler of swords came up next, another card of Aquarius. This is the king. So we've got a queen and a king here. And this is another card of Aquarius, the star and the ruler of swords coming in just to confirm. You see the butterfly of transformation, and this is the sword of truth. The ruler of swords, or the king of swords, he's the counselor. He's high-minded, very logical. You know, we've got the Queen of Cups with the emotional realm. And then we have the ruler of swords with the intellectual realm. And you know, and again, there's the all-seeing eye. He kind of has the phases of the moon, which indicates that there is a balance with his feminine energy as well, because that does sit on his crown. And the butterflies signifying like a transformation of thought. That's the Ace of Wands there. The upward pointing triangle or pyramid symbolizing air and also masculine energy. So it's really beautiful. This is a very balanced energy here, and it's just signifying that there's been a lot of healing happening. And for many of you, you may be ready for a new relationship. You may be healing a relationship that you already have with someone. There may be a lot of healing happening. I think the energies are really supportive of that right now, using our high heart and our high mind. I think this is definitely a solid indication that you guys are on the right path. Not that there is any wrong, but that you've been really putting in the work and really valuing yourself. This is also speaking to like the value that we have for this cup, the value that we have, the value that we place on our own cup, right? And that it's so obvious how amazing we are, how beautiful our hearts are. And that's something that's a message that I've really been getting so solidly lately, is about our absolutely exquisite, beautiful heart space, heart energy. I feel a lot of heart chakras opening, a lot of heart energies coming online this year. And this is a Super 7 crystal, and I picked it up because it felt like a very divine feminine energy, and there was kind of like a heart in the center. So that's from the Super 7 mine in Brazil. So again, with more heart energy. So yeah, Aquarius season, I'd say, you know, follow your North Star, continue to heal, continue to feel into your feminine energy and your masculine energy, you know, the left brain and the right brain, and just feel the cohesion between all of them, and that you are a work of art. All of you are a beautiful work of art, regardless of any of the mistakes, seemingly mistakes that you've made. You are still a perfectly beautiful work of art. So I am sending so much love, and I will talk to you all soon. Thank you so much. Take care. Bye-bye.